And finally, I embarked on the adventure of working within the creative industries quite late in life, and then I graduated 4 years ago from the Belfast School of Art with a degree in fine art, drawing and painting. I've been working as a self-employed artist since then. I kicked off with a year in the artist pods in Project 24 in Bangor, which gave me a good start, and I've been working freelance since then. Before that, I worked as a veterinary surgeon for 25 years before I had to ill health retire. My artistic work is inspired by my delight in microscopic living forms and patterns. So this would be one of the typical things I would do. It was one of my degree show drawings, and it would be about 150 centimetres by 150 centimetres, so it's quite a big drawing. And for the benefit of any Brexiteers, should they have wandered in here tonight, that's about 5 foot by 5 foot. And it's my favourite drawing, not for any higher aesthetic reason, but it won me a £3,000 prize at the RBS Annual Student Awards, and that more or less financed my framing materials for my 3 years of artistic practice, so it was a real shot in the arm. Next slide, please. This is another of my large pencil drawings, and this one's 120 by 120 centimetres. And probably worth saying that my large drawings, 5 foot by 5 foot, 4 foot by 4 foot, won't fit most people's living rooms. They're a bit much. So this element practice would really be public art, and I have 3 of my drawings in different public collections, art collections across Northern Ireland. This particular one has just been purchased for the Northern Ireland Civil Service Collection. The next slide, please. So I also make little tiny drawings. These drawings are on microscope slides, and they're 2.2 centimetres by 2.2 centimetres. And I was enabled to make these by a very generous grant from the Arts Council, which equipped me with microsurgeon's loupes, which are special eyeglasses for doing microsurgery, that I use them for making little tiny drawing marks. And I'll come back to that at the end of my talk. Next slide, please. I also won a printmaking bursary with my degree show and developed some printmaking. So the actual print is being exhibited downstairs. It's white ink on black paper, and it's like 40 centimetres by 40 centimetres. And printmaking brings particular advantages to my business in that it's quite hard to sell the big drawings because you can't sell them too cheap because of the amount of time that goes into them. So multiples that you can sell cheaper give me a bit of turnover, and also it exposes my work to a wider audience. And also it's good to be riding 2 horses. I'm in the fine art horse and also in the craft horse. Printmaking and ceramics are both craft orientated, so we get access to both sets of exhibitions and grant opportunities. And then finally, I finished up recently working collaboratively for the first time with a ceramic artist called Andrew Cook, and it was actually that adventure of working with Andrew that prompted me to apply for the Art Design Week, because I started to think of myself more as having not just the fine art but the design end and craft in my artistic practice, and wanting to embrace that and develop that. And I was encouraged by the local crafts officer who has since moved on, Heather Parker. She's sent the email around twice, because I didn't apply the first time. I was a bit like yourself, daunted, and thought, oh, I don't think I'll fit in there. So I went for it and was delighted when Niall said I got the place in that particular adventure. And it was a very enjoyable experience, and I think what helped was Niall had things really well organised. He communicated with us really well. He got us together for coffee before we ever went, and the ice was broken. So all those things helped to feel me, who I'm not a seasoned or normally willing traveller. It smoothed the course well for us. So how did I feel that the experience of taking my creative business abroad, how did that all pan out? Well, the first thing was, I think it encouraged me to make the quantum leap, the conversations with this wee group, and a bit of informal mentoring from this wee group, and Darren as well, informally. A bit of encouragement, thinking of myself as a business as well as a fine artist, developing my practice, developing myself artistically, and trying to stretch myself. your business as well, and that sort of came home to me, largely through being away in Finland, and I have a much clearer idea of that and the priority of that for what I do. The other thing was, I think much more strategically about my business, and rather than just focusing on making the artwork and optimistically hoping they will come, I realise I have to go out there in a competitive market and make my mark. And one of the talks that I found helpful in that, there was a USA speaker called Arnie, and I think a couple of my colleagues here have already referred him, talking about developing a compelling story that shares values. So that's something that I've tried to do since coming back. I think I'm a lot more strategic about my Facebook and about the stuff that I put out and the stuff that I say in interview opportunities. It's all about telling the story and sharing the values, and I'm much clearer about that now. I can see the benefit of it. Also got a huge amount of advice from these guys, which was very beneficial, about running a creative business and marketing and websites. And amongst many other changes, I now use Instagram, which I didn't before. I didn't even know what Instagram was. So as a visual artist, it's very important to use Instagram, so I'm doing that and other things. And back to my tiny microscope site drawings, Brenda, who couldn't be here, was very taken with those. And one of her clients runs a major visitor attraction, and Brenda very kindly did a little bit of free marketing for me, and I have a meeting coming up with a view to exhibiting at that venue, and the same people run a few other major attractions, so who knows what will spin off from that.